Hi, I'm John Barber, Editor-in-Chief at IDW Publishing, and welcome to Barber Show. It's October, which is that scary time of year I enjoy. Like, every part of this year has been scary, but this is the enjoyable kind of scary. Like a lot of you, Joe Hill is one of my favorite writers of scary stories. I think I might even jump back in and watch Locke Key on Netflix again tonight, now that I think about it. So, October, Joe Hill, put it all together, and I want to talk to you about his new book at IDW, which is a murder mystery. And not the gothic scary kind either. This one's set on the stages and behind the scenes of the 1990s stand-up comedy scene, and it's called Dying is Easy. The incomparable Martin Simmons paints this story out in a hardcover graphic novel next week, collecting the acclaimed 5-issue comic book series. So, the premise is that Sid Holmes, nicknamed, I think I'm not supposed to say that word here, but it rhymes with Spit Talk Holmes. Sid's an ex-cop turned stand-up comedian, and he's not the most well-liked guy. His former coworkers in the police force kinda hate him, and his current coworkers in the comedy clubs, they don't like him that much better either. And the feeling is mutual, at least when it comes to known joke thief Carl Dixon. When Dixon winds up dead, signs point to Sid Holmes being the culprit. Sid's innocent, and his cop skills tell him all he needs to do to prove it is find the real killer. But that's made a whole lot harder because, well, it seems everybody wanted Dixon dead. What follows is by turns funny and harrowing, a neo-noir rendered full of life and character by Martin Simmons' expressive line work and lurid coloring, with D. Caniff assisting on those colors. The art conveys the seamy underbelly of the 90s, full of shadows like any noir, but also of beautiful garish colors. Now, if you know Simmons' art from the comics Punk's Not Dead and Death Sentence, Dead, Dying, Death, I'm sensing a theme here. Anyway, if you know Martin's art, you know how expressive his characters are, and how he pulls you into the world those characters are trapped in. And those visuals play beautifully against Joe Hill's intricate plotting and rapid-fire dialogue, somehow forging a bridge between the foul-mouthed comedians from short attention span theater to the fast-talking private eyes from Robert Mitchum movies, as we dive headlong into Sid's mystery and his life. His past, present, and future all colliding in this make-or-break moment. But there's a twist to Dying is Easy beyond the plot. Now, it's perfectly possible, it's absolutely a blast, to read Sid's adventures as a labyrinthine turn into Raymond Chandler Town. I don't know if you're into hard-boiled crime novels, but I am. And there's this famous thing with Chandler's novel, The Big Sleep, where it's not only never revealed who killed the chauffeur, an event that helps set the plot in motion, but by the end of the novel, it's pretty much impossible for anybody to have killed him. It's a narrative knot that, by the time the story hit the silver screen, the combined talents of Chandler, Howard Hawks, Lee Brackett, and William Faulkner couldn't solve. And that's fine. There are no shortage of popular articles and academic treatises on the meaning and subtext of that unsolved literary crime. It's a hallmark of noir, versus the classic detective story like Agatha Christie might write. It's not about the clues, it's about the characters. But Joe Hill, being Joe Hill, asks us, why not both? I'm not trying to put words in his mouth. This is me playing literary detective. I guess I could ask him if that's what he was thinking, but I'm just working with what's on the page, like you can do when you're reading Dying is Easy. Because this is what's known as a fair play mystery. That means all the clues are on the page. You have the tools to figure out what's happening, just like Sid does. Can you beat him to the finish line and figure out who did it? And you have an advantage. You're not wearing roller skates or jumping a motorcycle off an apartment building roof. But you'll have to read the book to find out why that stuff happens. So, throw in a new intro by legendary crime writer Lawrence Block, lettering and design by legendary letterer and designer Sean Lee, and edits by the always legendary Chris Ryle and Megan Brown. So visit the IDW website or your local comic or bookshop and check out the new Dying is Easy hardcover, out next week as I record this. And as always, let's use this time to connect and keep the IDW community active. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll answer what I can. That's all for this week. Remember, you can keep up with IDW on social media and check back here every week for news and updates. Thanks for watching.